Three, two.
It's showtime. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Night Light Show Mid Penn afternoon show. This is Bill, your host, along with Jen, who is producing today's show. We're broadcasting live deep within our studio in an undisclosed location. This interview is part of our summer series where we interview high school football players leading up to and through the end of the season. Our guest today is Kris Bunk. He is in the class of 2024 at Eisenhower High School. They are located in PIAA District 10. He wears jersey number 12, plays defensive end and tight end. He is 6'3", 185 pounds, and he has a GPA of 3.5. Hello, Kris. Welcome.
And thank you for having me.
So before we jump right into the football interview, let's start with some easy rapid fire questions. Apple or Android?
Apple. I gotta go with Apple on that one.
Favorite meal?
I'd say my favorite meal is probably pizza from New York City.
Well, that's original pie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Fast food.
I don't know if this really counts, but Sheets. I'm at Sheets a lot if I want fast food.
Yeah, that's considered fast food.
Yeah, I'd say Sheets then.
Your favorite actor?
My favorite actor, because I kind of look like him, is Will Ferrell.
Okay, how about your favorite movie then?
Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. Type of car?
Gotta go with a Dodge truck, old square body.
Now, if you had an all-paid vacation and you could go anywhere in the world you wanted to, where would you go on vacation?
That's a good question. I'd probably go somewhere, anywhere really, with a beach and a bunch of golf courses.
You're right up my alley. Favorite music?
I really like it all. Just I listen to everything: country, pop, rap, rock. So I really don't have a favorite. I like all of it.
Nice. You're sort of like me. Well, thanks, Kris. Those were good answers to warm up with. So let's dive right on in. Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a twin sister, so the same age as me. Yeah, twin sister.
That's awesome. Does she play any sports?
She does. She plays soccer. She does track. She dances, and she runs cross country as well.
Wow, she's a busy girl.
Yeah.
Do you compete with each other, like maybe on holidays or family things that, like maybe shooting hoops outside or something like that?
All the time. It sometimes it gets bad where our parents have to get in the middle of it. Yeah, a lot. We compete a lot.
Um, what is your favorite subject in school and why?
I'd say my favorite subject in school is history because I just like to know like how our country got formed and how all the stuff we have today became. So I'd say history.
Good answer. What is your least favorite subject and why?
Math. Math is hard.
Be especially when you get up there into calculus and stuff like that. Any hobbies that you enjoy?
I love golfing. I will be on the golf course about 3 times a week.
Nice. What is your handicap?
I'm a 12 handicap right now.
Holy smokes, you blow me away. I'm just a hacker and slicer. Hit and search. Other than cheese, what is your favorite pizza type?
This is a good one too. I mean, a lot to choose from, but I'd say I'm gonna be non-original here and go with pepperoni.
Which do you prefer, bone in or boneless wings?
I like bone in. I don't really consider a bone out chicken wing with chicken wing.
What would your favorite restaurant be?
I'd say I think my favorite restaurant would be the Bucket. It's a local restaurant up here in Warren County in Sugar Grove, Pennsylvania. My coach, one of my assistant coaches, had actually owns it, so we eat the Bucket a lot.
Nice. So when you go there, what's your favorite meal?
They make a really good burger and then get some cheese curds on the side. So I'd probably say burger and cheese curds from the Bucket.
Now, do they make the French fries, cheese curds, and gravy? I'm not sure. I know it's a Canadian thing, but since you're up there close to the New York State line and not far from Canada, do they do that?
I don't think they do that. I know their fries are pretty good. I don't think they put any gravy or anything on like that. You could probably get it if you wanted it. I don't think it's on the menu.
Yeah, I think they call it poutine. I'm not really 100% sure, but I think that's what they call it.
Mhm.
So, do you play youth football?
I did.
What age did you start?
I think I was maybe 8 or 9.
So, why did you play youth football?
I I grew up in a football family. My if you Every Sunday football will be on the TV. My dad, he's been reffing football for a very long time. So and I've fallen in love with it since I was little. So I wanted to play football.
That's great. So, as you move into this season, how do you think youth football prepared you for it?
When I was in the league, it's the WCYFL, the Warren County Youth Football League, and they really just teach you the basics and get that down, like stance, formations, basic plays like a pitch or something. So like they really just taught me the basics of football.
How about a sport you'd love to play but can't?
Hockey. I love hockey on TV, but I don't have the coordination skills to ice skate.
Me neither. Uh, who is your favorite sports athlete?
Uh, Big Ben is my favorite football player, but I think my favorite sports athlete is Tiger Woods.
Well, that would make sense since you're a big golfer. So, um, do you consider yourself a team leader?
I'd like to consider myself team leader. Yeah, I just looking out for the younger players, making sure everyone's doing everything right. Even though I'm just going to be a junior, I'd still like to consider myself a team leader.
So, if a younger player would blow a play, how would you handle that?
I just tell them like, hey, forget about it, move on to the next play. You're going to get those once in a while. Just move on from it.
That really puts them a little bit more at ease rather than somebody going postal on them and screaming and hollering. And it's better to be soft love than hard love there on the field. What is one thing you've learned from football that you'd like to pass on to the younger players?
Uh, Being a leader, like you said, just that means it takes a lot into life. Our head coach actually he puts a lot of life skills into football, and being a leader is one of them.
That's a good coach. Viewers, help Kris get a free T-shirt. If this video gets 10 likes, 10 shares, and 10 subscribers, he'll win an FNLS Friday Night Light Show T-shirt that I was not wearing today. We would love for him to get one and boast about his show. Have you always been a tight end, defensive end?
I have not. So in youth league, I started out at tight end and I was a linebacker. Then a couple years in the youth league, I think my last year in the youth league, I was a quarterback. And then I didn't play much defense. And then middle school ball, I was a tight end and linebacker. Freshman year of high school, I was a wide receiver and a cornerback. And then just last year, I got moved down to tight end and defensive end. So I've stayed there last year and starting off the year at that.
All right. So back when I played, we only had a VHS tape for film study, and that was on a Sunday. today's age is more technical and digital use by either the school or a third party live streaming. Does the team get instant access after the game?
We do. Our coaches, our one coach, Coach Sanders, real he's real good on getting the huddle up and right after the game or right after practice, so we can just get on, watch it, and then Saturday mornings around 8, we go into the school and have team film session.
Gotcha. So, Chris, besides watching film, what is your routine during the school week?
Just mainly preparing myself. We get a game plan, a packet at the beginning of the week, studying that, just making sure I'm not doing anything wrong at practice, just getting everything right mentally and physically.
Do you think the newer technology that it would help you improve with the huddle and stuff?
Oh, 100%. If like right after you go after practice, you can watch a film, see if you had a bad practice or not. And you can like fix that technique so you have a good practice next day and prepare for the game. So 100%.
So, in your opinion, where is the toughest place you guys would play?
Where or what school?
What school? Or where is like if you're on enemy territory in a or rowdy and rooting against you the best?
The school I'd have to say is like the team I'd have to say is Reynolds. They're a big rival of ours right now. And but the school or the place to play at is Cochranton.
Okay. So mentality is one of the most important aspects of the game. On game day, what gets you fired up in the locker room?
Really just listen to music pregame, get my head right, get everyone else's heads right in the team. That goes back to being a leader, just making sure everyone's getting their head right, and so we can go out and dominate.
Beyond a winning season, personally now, what does success look like for you this year?
Winning the District 10 championship.
And when you aren't playing, practicing, or training, what sport is your go-to activity and why? But I already know that answer, but we'll just let you answer it anyway.
Golf.
Go. And you have a 10 handicap, is that right?
12.
12? That's awesome. That's playing some pretty good golf. Do you have a favorite play you remember the most?
Yeah, it's called Naked. It's a play action pass where I just run down the line. The line goes left, and they just run that way to distract the linebackers and linemen. I run down with them, cut out at the center, and it's just a little dump pass to me to get yards.
Okay. Like a hot post.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are your goals for this coming season?
Uh, Personally, I'd like to be a first team all region tight end and defensive end. One of those would either one would make my year.
What is your best memory of playing football?
I'd just have to say my freshman year was the semifinals game for the District 10 playoffs, and we were playing West Middlesex, and it was a barn burner. It went back and forth. The entire game went into 3 overtimes, I think, and we won in overtime, and we stormed the field, just celebrating and all that. So I'd probably just say that.
Wow, if that was me, I'd rather lose by 25 than get into a situation like that. And I mean, if you're on the losing end, that really would have to break your heart. But on the winning end, that just gives you such adrenaline. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's probably something I'll never forget.
So, who is your biggest role model?
My parents are my biggest role models. They support me 100%, and they're always there for me if I need something. And then they tell me if there's something wrong, and my dad always tells me how to fix it, and he always gets me better.
Yeah, and before we came on air, you were mentioning that he's a referee.
He is.
Do you know what position at that he plays at or referees from?
He is back judge.
A back judge. Okay, that's an important referee because they got to keep an eye on the time clock as much as the countdown clock for the play clock. So that's a good job for that.
Yeah, he's very passionate about his job. Um, that's a part-time job for him, but he's very passionate about it.
Well,
He
just sorry, go ahead.
he currently cannot go. He cannot ref my games because it's a lot, and I think personally he'd rather watch my games than ref them. But he's doing junior high and JVs right now until I get out of high school.
Okay. Just a side note, I was a referee for about 8 years, so it's a good profession. So I recommend anybody that's watching this or want to watch it as a recorded session. I would recommend that you think about getting into it because there is a shortage of referees. So, who is your biggest fan and why?
Oh, that's a tough question, but I'd probably just say my grandmother on that. My grandma Sue. She's always at the game. She's always the loudest one there. She always gives me a hug after the game, tells me I did a great job, even if I didn't do a great job. So I'd probably have to say my grandmother.
That's awesome. Uh, so, what's your most embarrassing sports moment?
Um, Running on the field without my helmet. We were going on offense, and coach called offense, and I did not have a helmet on at the time.
Somebody holler at you, "Hey, you need a helmet," and you turn around and came back, right?
Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. So this is going to be one of the tougher questions that we're asking you today. If you need to take a little time to think about it, please do. What would you say your greatest weakness is?
I definitely say a team wise, our greatest weakness is just a lot of people not many people showed up for the summer workouts. And so if, like coach has always been saying, if we're going to win a game, we're going to have to win a game with that many guys.
Right.
I really wish a lot more of our guys would have showed up in the summer to put in work just to get better so we can get that goal of the District 10 championship. I definitely say not a lot of people putting in what they want out of it. It's our
Okay.
greatest weakness.
Okay. But how about personally yourself? What would you think your greatest weakness is, just by yourself?
I'd say my greatest weakness is I get way too hard on myself. Like if I mess up or do something bad on the field or like in game or whatever, practice, doesn't matter what it is. I will be extremely hard on myself until I get it right. And my dad and like pretty much everyone's been telling me like, hey, that's a big problem. You should probably stop that. It's not good for you.
Right. Well, that's good. You got support that way of people telling you and watching you and helping you adjust and play a better game. So, how about telling us then what your greatest strength would be?
Personally, my greatest strength is um it's a tough one. I think just mentally knowing a lot of the like what I'm supposed to do a lot, but like I said, you mess up here and there and I get hard on myself, but I know what I'm doing most of the time. Like I know my playbook, I know my plays, I know my blocks, I know my routes. And then team wise, we're very close. We're a very close team. Like for example, we had team breakfast this morning. It wasn't even, we just a bunch of guys like, hey, you guys want to go get breakfast? Sure. But we're a very close team, and I think that is really what matters, based like outside of the game.
Well, that bonds you, and when you're bonded off the field, that makes it even a better situation when you're on the field. What game, yours, a college or pro, was your favorite game and why?
Video game?
No, a real game that either one that you played in or watching college or a pro game. What was your favorite game that you ever saw and why?
Well, that I've been to, it was Saquon's last home game in Beaver, so I was at that game, and he had a very, very good game that game. So I probably will never forget that. And then one I've played in is probably that one from freshman year against West Middlesex in the semifinals.
Alrighty then. One final question for you. Looking ahead, do you know what you'll be doing after high school?
Um, hopefully playing college ball somewhere.
That's a good goal to shoot for. Well, thanks, Kris, for coming on to our show today and giving us a chance to see that the man you are.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And everyone out there, please remember that if Kris can get 10 likes, 10 shares, and 10 subscribers, he gets a free t-shirt. The shares help the video get out to family and friends who were unable to be here for the live show. Subscribers, you will get notification of future programming. And it also helps with our channel, with YouTube's algorithm. Kris, from everyone here at the Friday Night Lights Show, Mid-Penn, we wish you good blessings upon you as you move into the season.
Thank you.
See you next time. We out.